Beneath the radiance of the sun, the Arabian Sea awakens from its slumber. Its lips flatter the waves, and with a rhythmic footfall, the waves greet River Mandovi and River Zuari. Goa, where the church bells call out to temple bells in divine harmony. Goa, a cultural kaleidoscope, a commonplace in travel literature. Nature has bestowed splendid beauty upon Goa. The green crown of the Sahyadri Ghats and the silvery sand caressing its shores. According to Hindu mythology, Lord Parshurama, an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, flung an arrow from the top of the Sahyadri Ghats into the Arabian Sea and reclaimed the fertile land of Konkan, of which Goa formed a part. Goa has a rich heritage, a long checkered history that dates to the midst of legends, dynasties, and conquests. The discovery of a new sea route to India by Vasco da Gama via the Cape of Good Hope in 1548 and later the conquest by Alphonse the Albuquerque created a new chapter in Indian history. This peninsula of Mormugao, the part of the province of Salsette, was conquered by the Portuguese from the Sultan of Bijapur in 1543. Two hills, with an extended headland, served as the bastion of defense, while its sheltered basins made it a natural and safe harbor, permitting easy access to the sea. This opened a new vista of sea trade between the east and the west. It was then this famous land called Golden Goa, and this port of Mormugao, the gateway to Golden Goa, was the key to the whole of India. An all-weather natural harbour. Mormugao's role as a modern port started with the treaty signed in Lisbon on 26 December 1878 between the Portuguese and British governments, under which the West India Portuguese Guaranteed Railway Company was entrusted with the task of building a port at Mormugao and its connected railway. The treaty envisioned a union of commercial interests between British India and Portuguese Goa. On April 18, 1881, West India Portuguese Guaranteed Railway Company started the construction work of the harbour, and in 1882 the railway line. Mr. Ernest Edward Sawyer was the engineer-in-chief and the architect of the project. April 1885, the ship SS Westbourne was the first ship to enter Mormugao port. On January 15, 1887, the section of the 45 miles of the railway line within Goa territory was inaugurated. The entire railway line of 51 miles from Mormugao up to the frontier of British India was completed and declared open on Jan 1888. Under an arrangement, Mormugao port became the port of transit for Indian trade. This port of Mormugao was also the witness to the encounters of World War II. The Viceregal Palace is the old Palace Hotel, where British secret agents who allegedly coordinated a mission to sink the Allied merchant vessels lived as hotel guests. This palace provisionally housed the American consulate that supervised the historic exchange of interned nationals between the United States and Japan via Gripsholm and Teja Maru, the two ships. In the 1950s, the discovery of iron ore in Goa opened a vast scope for its export and thus the development of Mormugao port. Berth number 6 and 7 were completed in 1955, 33 years after the previous berths. These berths were given to private companies for the building of mechanized ore handling equipment. The port had the distinction of being the first to install a mechanical ore handling plant. It was founded by a local firm, Chogle & Company Private Limited, at a time when such facilities were almost non-existent in the country. On December 19, 1961, Goa was liberated from the Portuguese by the Indian Army. On 8 January 1962, the administration of the port and the connected railway was taken over by the central government. The main railway station from Vasco da Gama was transferred to Southern Railway. On December 2, 1963, under the Indian Ports Act 1908, Murmugao was declared as a major port. Murmugao Port, acknowledged as one of the finest all-weather natural harbours of the world, enjoys an enviable position amongst major ports. This port, the Murmugao Port, has helped shattered post-war Japan rebuild its steel industry and post-colonial India take iron ore mining to new heights. At one time, the port accounted for about 50% of India's iron ore exports and ranked among the first 10 iron ore exporting ports in the world. Murmugao Port plays a pivotal role in the economic development of Goa. With time and tide, the port has diversified into multi-commodity handling port and has been expanding gradually to meet the demands of the growing trade. The port, extending over an area of 546 acres, has a 250-meter wide and 7,500-meter long approach channel and a harbour basin having 2 turning circles of 480-meter diameter to cater to vessels up to 1,25,000 DWT. 6 mooring dolphins along the inner channel with a maximum draft of 13.1 meters has enhanced the berthing facility of the port, enabling cargo handling from Panamax-sized vessels up to 80,000 DWT through transshippers or using the ship's own gear. There are 7 operational berths with a maximum draft of 14 meters, with adequate cargo handling equipment to handle various forms of dry and break bulk cargo, liquid cargo such as coal, coke, iron ore, bauxite, granite, steel products, POL, MOP and containers. The port, along with 24/7 cargo handling operations, also offers adequate warehousing facilities, container yards and mechanized cargo handling facilities to its customers and local industries. The port is well connected to the hinterland and the major cities via waterways, air, rail and road, with all routes available within a radius of just 5 kilometers. Murmugao Port, an ISO 9001, 2015, ISO 14001 certified and also been declared ISPS code compliant, has placed itself on a well-defined path towards becoming a safe, sustainable and green port. Over the years, the port has steadily mechanized its bulk handling operations to mitigate dust and pollution in the operational areas. Handling of coal, POP, etc. is now fully mechanized. Closed conveyor system for coal handling, automated in-motion silo loading of rakes, hoppers with dry fog system, automated water sprinklers, mist cannons, road sweeping, wheel wash system, covering of rake wagons and trucks, windscreens have been installed. The port has created a green belt covering over 1 lakh square meters. More than 10,000 saplings have been planted over the past 6 years, and the process is still going on. To ensure ambient air quality parameter monitoring, continuous ambient air quality management system has been installed. Improvement in port, internal railway line and smooth connectivity to the southwestern railway line. The new signaling and telecommunication system has improved the efficiency in loading and unloading of the cargo. Construction of the 4-lane road and up ramp at Baina, 4-lane flyover of NH17B Loop 1 was completed in 2022, and the completion of the exclusive port connectivity Loop 2 will facilitate the decongestion of Vasco City and unrestricted 24/7 truck-bound cargo movement.
With cruise tourism, both international and domestic, flourishing in India, Murmugao Port has become one of the major ports of call in the cruise circuit. Under the Sagarmala program, the port has got a facelift with the construction of a modern cruise building and immigration facility center at Murmugao Harbour, which has facilitated speedy and efficient clearances. To cater to the extensively growing cruise industry, the port is developing a state-of-the-art international and domestic cruise terminal with all other allied facilities.
The proud winner of the SAP ACE Award for Innovation, the Murmugao Port leaves no stone unturned in identifying and accepting its social responsibilities. The port runs a magnitude of services, which also includes a port-run hospital, schools at the primary, secondary and higher secondary levels, including one for children with special needs, and various other recreational facilities in and around the township for the benefit of its employees and public. The Murmugao Port Authority, the pursuit of excellence, a vision for tomorrow, a committed administration shouldering the challenges, the perseverance and resolve to take up the innovations, delivering value plus services to all its clients. Murmugao Port Authority strives to be an efficient, customer-centric port. Dedicated workforce. Their adaptability and willingness to take on new challenges have greatly contributed to the port's success. Yes, it takes hard work, discipline, and dedication to achieve the best. The Murmugao Port Authority